Hello students, welcome to your video class. Today we are going to discuss about your electrical drawing. In today's session we will cover what are the electrical symbols. We will describe about electrical symbols. Let us start. Electrical symbols. We can define electrical symbols is a pictogram which is used to represent various electrical and electronic devices, components such as wire, battery, resistor, transistor, transformer, relay, circuit breakers, transformer, transistor, relay, battery, cell, etc. In today's session, we will cover all the diagrams, how to represent the electrical symbols or how to draw. First of all, we will discuss about wire, how to represent a wire. This section is, you can see here, you can here you can see this is the junction, wire junction. In this way we will draw the junction, wire junction, and where wire is connected and where the wire is not connected we have to show the connections. In this way we will represent the connection. Next, we can define a wire. A wire is a single flexible strand or rod of metal. Wires are used to pass current very easily from one part of the circuit to another part. In this way we will represent. Here you can see how we will represent the junction, and where the wire is not connected we have shown here. And next we will discuss about ground. Some of the questions we will discuss here, and I will give the list of diagrams, set of diagrams to you have to draw the set of diagrams. Next we will go for the ground. How we draw the ground connection, how we will represent. You can see here the diagram. This is the diagram in which way we will represent the ground. Ground or earth connection. Earth can be referred to the reference point in an electrical circuit from which voltages are measured. A common written path for electrical current or a direct physical connection to the earth. In this way we will represent the earth connection. In this way you can use the signal ground, chase ground, different types of ground connections are there, but generally we will use these symbols to represent the ground connection. Next we will how to represent a power source, voltage source, current source we will discuss. Fixed power source. The free DC output is fixed to a constant voltage level by using a voltage controller. If it is used to produce DC, a rectifier is to be convert alternating voltage to direct voltage. This is, you can see here, this is a fixed power source and this is a variable power source. Variable means an AC power supply typically takes to the voltage from main supply and lowers in the desired voltage. That's why this arrow mark is there, which represents it is variable, not a constant value. Next we will discuss about current source. After voltage source we will represent the current source. This is how you can see here the diagram. This is how we are using the current source. Here you can see this is the symbols in which represent the current source. This is an example of current source. Next, we are going for the symbol of a DC current source. This is the AC current source and here is the DC current source. In this manner, we will represent the DC current source. Here you can see we will represent the point of the symbol of the DC current source. Next, how to represent a cell with the symbol. It supplies electrical energy. What is a cell? A cell which supplies electrical energy. The larger terminal is positive while the smaller terminal is negative. A single cell is often called a battery, but strictly the battery is two or more cells joined together, but cell is a single. Next, here you can see this is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal of the cell, and in this way when number of cells are connected together, we will say that is a battery. Here you can see a battery, single battery or a number of battery. Single cell or a number of cells is joined together is called as a battery. Next, we will cover the solar cell. In this manner, we will represent the solar cell. Next, we will represent the battery. Number of batteries. A battery supplies electrical energy to the circuit. It is like cell, but difference is that cell is considered as one, but battery is considered as more than one cell. In this manner, we will represent a battery. Here you can see the symbol of a battery. Next, we will cover water switches. This is in this how you can see push switches, push to break switches, SPT, single pole, single throw, or there are double pole, double throw switches are also available. Here you can see this is a push switch which allows current to flow only when the button is pressed, like switching doorbell switch. When the button is pressed, the switch becomes active. Next, push to break switch. This is represent this type of switch which normally closed or it is open only when the button is pressed. A single pole, single throw switch, it is on switch. The on off switch allows current flow only when it is closed. Only when it is closed. Here you can see SPDT, single pole double throw switch. This symbol represents the single pole double throw switch. Next, double pole single throw switch. Next, your double pole double throw type of switch, which are used in motors, and these switches represented by all these symbols. This is the SPDT symbols. This is double pole single throw. This is double pole double throw. Next, we are going to the represent a symbol with a symbol. This symbol which represents a bulb which provides light when electric current passes through it. A light bulb produces light with a filament wire heated to a high temperature by an electric current passing through it until it glows. Next, how to represent a lamp. In this manner, we will represent a lamp. It is the lighting lamp transducer which converts electrical energy into light energy. The symbol of use lamp providing illumination. Next, we will represent the symbol of a lamp. It is the indicating transducer that converts the electrical energy to light. This symbol is used for a lamp which is an indicator. The wiring diagram, we are using this type of symbol of a lamp. Next, how to represent a fuse. A fuse is a special kind of resistor that acts as a short circuit, or it has zero resistance unless the current exceeds the rated value. If the current exceeds the rated value, the fuse blows and acts as an open circuit, which will rescue the damages of the equipment. This symbol represents a fuse. Next we will cover what is a circuit breaker, how to represent it. This is a circuit breaker symbolic representation. Circuit breaker is a mechanical switching device capable of protecting the circuit wiring, capable of making, carrying, breaking current under normal circuit conditions, and also making, carrying for a special time, and breaking currents under specified abnormal conditions such as short circuit condition. Next, how to represent resistor, inductor, capacitor, transformer, generating motor we will discuss here. This is the fixed resistor, variable resistor. The first diagram describes the symbolic representation of a fixed resistor. This is a variable resistor. This is a potentiometer. This is a variable resistor pressed, which is pressed resistors are used in circuit when it is necessary to alter the resistance. This is the type of resistor represented by all these symbols. Next, diode. How to represent a diode? Diode is a device which only allows current to flow in one direction. This is the anode of the diode. This is the cathode of the diode. It has low resistance to current flow in one direction and high resistance in the opposite directions. These are all about representation of diode. This diagram represents the photodiode. Next, your LED. How to represent an LED? These symbols represent the LED. It is a semiconductor light LED, light emitting diode. It is semiconductor which are used in general lighting, traffic signals, and communication systems. Next, we will go for a generator. How to represent a generator? This symbol is used to represent a generator, which is a device which converts mechanical energy to electrical energy. Next, after generator, how to draw a motor symbol? How to symbolic represent a motor? An electric motor is a machine that converts electrical energy into electromechanical energy. Then your transformer comes. This transformer is a static electrical device that transfers energy by inductive coupling between the winding circuits. A varying current, the primary coil, creates a varying magnetic flux in the transformer core and thus varying magnetic flux through the secondary coil. This represents the symbolic representation of a transformer. Next, in the next part, I will going to show you some pictures and some more electrical symbols which are used in your electrical drawing. Let's see. This is ammeter. First of all, how to represent a ammeter? In this way, we will represent here a ammeter. Next, how to represent a armature? Here I will representing the armature. This is the ammeter. This is the armature. This is the battery which I have already told you. This is the bell connected to a fixed alarm, push button, bell ring, transformer ring, buzzer, capacitor. These are all the electrical symbols which you have to draw in your sheet. Selling point, selling goes to plate, circuit breakers. Here you can see these are the circuit breakers. In the next slide, we will show other diagrams of electrical symbols. Here you can see conductor, crossing conductor, connecting conductor, delta connection. How to represent symbolically delta connection? Here you can see discharge lamp, earth resistance. This is the switch boards, fuse boards, and fan point, fire, floor point. This is the fuse. In this manner, we will represent all the electrical symbols. Here you can see inductor and bell, inductor and choke, lighting arresters. These represent the symbols of lighting arrestor, limiting switch, lighting wall socket, switch. Next, cutout. These are all about your the diagrams which are related with the electrical drawing. Here you can see star connection, switches, single pole, two-way switch, voltmeter, variable resistor, transformer with iron core, transformer windings are represent. These are the open contact, close contact. We have already discussed about all the symbols. Next, some abbreviations which are to be used for the purpose of electrical drawing as well as reading a electrical drawing. Abbreviations such as A, capital A, which we will understand that it's ampere. A dot C dot AC. AC is alternating current. So similarly, DC is direct current. DB is distribution box. Cycles per second. C oblique S is cycles per second. And nextly, you will see here you can see DB distribution box. DC is direct current. Next your DRIC double pole ironclad. DT double throw. EHV extra high voltage. Next your electromotive force. EMF. HR EHP is horsepower. HT is high tension lines. HV is high voltage. Next ABA kilovolt ampere. KW is kilowatt. Next kilowatt hour. Low tension lines, high tension lines, low voltage lines. This is microfarad. These are some of the abbreviations which are used in a electrical drawing. Now students, this is your turn to draw all these electrical symbols which is provided in the last five slides you have to draw, and I'm attaching the PDF with the this video which will help you and for drawing the electrical symbols and understanding the electrical symbols.